All right, everybody, let's begin the update here. Take a look at Doppler radar. We'll run right to that because we've got a special weather statement up. Let's go ahead and give that out. So, special weather statement in effect, and that does include Jackson County, also northwest portions of Marshall County. So, there'll be a strong thunderstorm. Will impact portions of northwestern, or actually will impact northwestern Marshall, western Jackson, Madison, Limestone, southeastern Franklin, Morgan, and Lawrence counties through 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm along a line extending from near Hazel Green to near Huntsville International Airport to near Moreland. Movement was east at 40 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour possible. Locations impacted include Huntsville, Decatur, Madison, Athens, Scottsboro, Hartselle, Arab, Moulton, Moores Mill, and Meridianville. Again, that's a special weather statement. Strong thunderstorms expected to impact northwest Marshall and western Jackson County, Madison, Limestone, southeast Franklin, Morgan, and Lawrence counties through 4:30. So again, tracking some strong thunderstorms. They should intensify, to be honest. We've had sunshine out for a while, so it is 74 degrees, almost 75, so it's pretty warm out there. So here comes the main line of storms. Looks like around Trinity, starting to see a storm there with some hail in it, but pretty much a special weather statement out for a good bit of the area there. Extends all the way from Huntsville all the way east and even south toward Hartselle and Falkville. So we do have some pretty heavy activity out there. Let me check my chat. Making sure everything's up really good. Let's look at some of the sky cams across the area really fast on the network. So taking a look outside right now, looks cloudy, some sunshine. Let's go on to Albertville really quick. This is using the one of the Weather Network cameras here. It's sunny over in Albertville, so Boaz Albertville area is sunny. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of sun out there. We'll move on. I think this was actually the Albertville one. So let's move to it and take a look across the area there. Some sun, clouds out pretty much. Look at our other camera here in Crossville. We'll move on to that. And pretty much same difference, just sun and clouds out. So there's definitely some energy in the area to work with. So we'll continue to keep an eye on these storms as they move on through. We'll go back to radar here in just a second. Let me get that camera switched out. Let's go right back to Doppler radar at this time. So looking at, again, another line of strong thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorm warning now to the southwest, kind of going toward Moulton. Let's move on to that. And we'll scroll on down, look at that little cell there. Could see a few of these go severe. I would not doubt it at all because the line, if you notice, it's really firing up pretty good. So I wouldn't doubt if we don't start to see some warnings go out, especially with the sun being out. They're going to have a little bit to work with here. Seeing a pretty heavy storm now on top of Decatur. Some hail showing up in that. Take a look at storm relative velocity at the looking at the wind field and all that good stuff. Actually removing the movement, looking for rotation with that one, so I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Let's move and look at the winds. So not seeing anything crazy. Of course, there will be some high winds with it, but not seeing anything crazy at the moment, so that's great. Some heavy stuff on top of Decatur, going on toward Madison, even Huntsville. Looks like Moulton. Got some heavy stuff, maybe some heavy rain, wind, maybe a few little bits of hail in there. I did see a few of those. Got a gust front that's developed ahead of the main line, and that's what's actually advancing some of these storms, making them speed up, essentially. So right here's our gust front right here. Watch these storms develop very quickly along that. There they are. They'll continue to develop very quickly ahead of this gust front. So this line area here where that line is that I draw, those storms are going to start to advance a little bit quicker out ahead of the main line. So that's what we're starting to see develop now. We'll have to keep an eye on those developing ahead of the line. So we're going to look at this one here. We got a new development near Harvest ahead of the main line. So it looks like this line will get into Jackson County a little bit sooner than first thought. So probably around 4:30ish time frame for Jackson County. And of course, still a pretty good little line of storms there, still developing even toward Marshall County. So northwest portions of Marshall County, y'all be getting this within the next little while. It's moving pretty quick, advancing ahead of the main line thanks to that gust front. So we'll keep on watching it. Nothing severe at the moment, but for those that may be joining, again, there is a special weather statement out for Marshall, Lawrence, Madison, Morgan, Franklin County, issued out at 3:44 p.m. We're currently at 3:59, about to be at 4 o'clock. So 3:44 p.m. Doppler radar tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Hazel Green to near Huntsville International Airport to near Moreland. Movement was to the east at 40 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Areas impacted would include Huntsville, Decatur, Madison, Athens, Scottsboro, Hartselle, Arad, Moulton, Moores Mill, and Meridianville. So, of course, if you're outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. Frequent cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with the storms as well. As a reminder, lightning can strike 10 miles away from a thunderstorm, so seek safe shelter inside a building or vehicle till all this gets out of here. So we'll continue to watch it. Nothing severe yet in our area. Let's say that much. But we'll continue to monitor it throughout the evening, and if anything does become severe, we'll jump back on and let you know. Let's look at chat really quick. Hello, Brandy Elrod. Thanks for watching. We don't have any questions that don't look like. So also want to thank Sand Mountain Weather Center there for partnering with us. He partnered with us, so we're all working for the same thing to keep everybody updated over here in Northeast Alabama. Got a pretty large camera network going now, so proud of that. Everything's going pretty good other than my headache. Other than that, but we'll take a look. Keep an eye on things, and if anything does become severe, just make sure you like and subscribe and have it set to receive all notifications. So we'll sit back here and watch it. If anything does become severe, we will jump back in the moment it does. So thanks again. Wanted to update. And Fayetteville, Tennessee, you're north of me. So let's see. I'll go ahead and do that since you've asked. Let's see. Was that Fayetteville, Tennessee? I'm having trouble remembering. This headache's pretty annoying, so forgive me. Fayetteville, Tennessee. Okay. All right, now keep in mind, I'm not familiar with Tennessee very much, so I'm going to have to go back here and see if I can find where you're at. Bear with me. Okay. It says near Winchester. Wait, Winchester Highway. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to try to find this. This map may not be showing it. But yeah, I'm not familiar with Tennessee. I'll just admit to you. Fayetteville. There we go. You have some strong activity there. You had a little bit of high winds ahead of that storm there. There's a little bit of hail. Some very heavy rainfall and some gusty winds. That's what you had in Fayetteville, Tennessee. Basically, it looks like for you just rain, heavy rain, lots of rain, and some storms. Other than that, looks like pretty much that severe threat is just passed. And just a very big rain event, some thunder and lightning from here on, and some gusty winds. Can't rule that out. Of course, you are under a special weather statement, but again, that storm, the main storm, is east of you at this time if you're in Fayetteville, Tennessee. But still, special weather statement out for another 27 minutes for some 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts there in Fayetteville, Tennessee. So I do see some gusty winds on the radar. But really nothing that's just, outright blowing my mind at this point, to be honest. Just some gusty winds mainly. And even some embedded hail in there in some of those storms. I'm seeing a few little areas there. Tracking on off to the kind of east-northeast toward Madison and Huntsville, Athens, There was a little bit of hail, but it's not much, just a little bit of embedded hail, maybe pea-sized. And there is our location of our gust front currently. So we're going to continue to watch that to see if any new development develops along it. And I figure there will be. But that gust front's actually some of the energy left over from storms that weakened out a bit, and they've sent out a bit of cooler air ahead of the main line, some energy these storms like to feed off of. So Marshall County, y'all be expecting, I'm going to say by 4:30, Marshall County. I'm going to say close to the same for Jackson County, maybe a little sooner for Jackson because this line is extended a little further to the northeast toward Jackson. So you guys in Jackson may get this a little sooner than 4:30, especially if these storms develop ahead of the line like this one near Harvest has done. And that one's moving on kind of toward northeast toward Tennessee. But I figure we'll have some development in Jackson County within probably the next few minutes because just noticed right there is our gust front. So we should have some new storm development along that. So it's making it close to Jackson. Yeah, you guys will probably be getting it in Jackson County, northwest and western portions within probably the next 10, 15 minutes if those storms continue to develop along the gust front there. So I'm actually going to switch radars out real fast. Let me do that. Dawson and Geraldine, I've been saying around 5 o'clock. That's what I'm going to stick with. I'm going to say about 5 o'clock for our area. Dawson and Geraldine, yeah, that's about 5 o'clock. Maybe slightly after, but if these storms develop ahead of this gust front, which looks like it's kind of isolated at this point, I can still see it on radar, so it's still there. But I'm going to say probably about 5 o'clock. Yeah, sorry, I was checking my microphone. It was showing it wasn't working, so I don't know what was up with that. Yeah, same for the cab, about 5 o'clock. Same difference. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And yeah, like and subscribe, follow. If you see my content on Facebook, don't just view it. Give me a like and follow on that because if you like it, it helps other people see it. I've had one post had 1,000 people viewed it and only 12 people liked it, and that really hurt the people seeing it. So I don't get it. Just take 5 seconds and put a like on it if you view it. I would appreciate it. Well, I happen to live here, so it makes it a little bit easier living in this area as well. So I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to always cover all of Northeast Alabama, all 3 counties. I'm probably just going to go ahead and stay live and be done with it, because keep an eye on these storms. So how's everybody's day going? It's been beautiful for the most part. Um, it's been sunny here for quite a while, so but the good news, the storms have been, behaving pretty well today, so I hope they continue to do so. Also mentioned a threat of severe weather Wednesday too. I was looking at some of those other forecasts, and they're mentioning another threat of severe storms around Wednesday, so it's going to be a bit of an unsettled pattern. So I do note a little bit of a bow echo going on with this cell here, so that lets me know there's going to be some high winds with this one. This one's pushing off kind of to the northeast. It looks like that one would go around Madison. It's going to get very close to Madison, on top of Moore's Mill currently, and Madison next in line. Looks like it's going kind of to the east-northeast, so it would go slightly north of Huntsville. I'll circle the area I'm talking about so everybody's not, kind of clueless what's going on here. So there's the area I'm noticing bowing out a bit. And there is some hail, very small, maybe pea, dime sized. It's not very big, not a lot of it. So I'm trying to track this thing out. I know the radar marker there says it's moving east, but it's not moving east. It's moving north-northeast. So trying to track it out a little bit here, best I can. It looks like it would go in between Hazel Green and Moore's Mill at this rate. And I do see some lightning picking up with it, which lets me know it is intensifying a bit. And yeah, I am seeing those winds start to pick up. Starting to see a little bit brighter colors along that area there. So that Bowen area, that's a Bowen line segment a little bit. We're going to be watching that. So some high winds, wouldn't doubt 50 miles per hour easily with that area bowing out. So noticing that it's building a little south, it's trying to, so it looks like that main area, Bowen line segment, is going to the northeast, so it will probably clip Huntsville. Noticing it building a little south now. A little bit of hail showing up on the south portion of it there, actually near this spotter right here. Oh, Nicholas Driver, I know who that is. He's just south of that thing. Look, he'd be looking right in it north. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to say that is going to go through Huntsville now. I had to change my mind on that last looking at that last because it is building south more. So yeah, this little line segment now moving on off. It will move into Huntsville. Looks like. So y'all get ready for Huntsville for some gusty winds. Also Priceville. I don't know what happened to the text there, but something happened to it. Starting to get some thunderstorm activity there. Some high winds possible. So let me move back and take a look at this. That might explain a little bit, let me try and get my radar to unfreeze. So yeah, basically, I mean the stuff down in Mississippi. Now you're referring to Jackson, Mississippi. All that'll stay southwest of us. This is the main line right here that we're watching. I was just making sure there wasn't another one back there that I overlooked. But this is our main line right here. Once this gets out here, we shouldn't have a severe threat anymore. Once that line advances further east. But honestly, the heaviest and meanest part of the line looks like it's, right in this area where the special weather statement box is. I was actually aiming to switch radars, so let me go ahead and do that. Bear with me if I'm a little bit slow. I've got a really bad headache going on. It's like around Haleyville. I got a nice little cell there. Got some good hail going on with it. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate it. I plan on doing some stuff with the stream when I get time. I just haven't had a lot of time to really do a lot. But I plan on getting the stream looking a little bit better than it does. I think it does what it needs to do. But let's go ahead and view some of our sky cams out there. Now this one's looking to the north toward Jackson County from Crossville. Beautiful day out. Sunny skies. Can't really tell there's a lot going on. I'm going to move to the Albertville camera really quick and look at that. And it looks like it is freezing just a little bit. Not sure which direction that camera's aiming. Can't really tell a lot going on, honestly. So that's that's pretty interesting. Out of that line there, can't really tell there's really anything going on. Around Henniger, probably, I'm gonna say, looking at the line now, it's getting closer to moving into Jackson County. Starting to see some showers develop ahead of the line. I'm going to say in the 5 o'clock hour around probably Henniger area, which we're at 417 now. So I'm going to say that's probably going to be very close. No, the sun's not going to do us any favors, unfortunately. It's 74 degrees. We got there's enough heat here to cause a few strong to severe storms. There is some ingredients missing that we don't have for, a big severe weather outbreak or nothing. That's why we're not seeing that. But we do have enough energy in place for some strong to severe stuff. Man, these storms are not moving quick at all. Madison, you're just about to get some really heavy rain, some embedded hail around Greenbrier, Oakland area, Capshaw. You'll be getting some embedded hail, very heavy rain, winds with that. But this thing's just moving really slowly off to the kind of east-northeast. A little bit of showers, maybe a thunderstorm developing there around Ryland, and that one's going to push into Jackson County. But it's just a little shower at this point. Seeing a storm with some hail around Hazel Green. We got a little bit of hail on that one. And a special weather statement is still in effect for another 11 minutes. But yeah, I've been hearing, this is how off track I've been with time lately. I have been hearing that we set our clocks ahead tonight at 2 o'clock, and I'm like, is it really already that time to set the clocks ahead again? So, good grief! I wish we could just leave them alone, put them on the normal time that we usually have, which is the one we're going back to, supposedly at 2 o'clock tonight. So. I wish we could just leave them alone. Grant area, y'all are going to be, looks like, according to this, within the next 10 minutes. That's what the radar's wanting to say. So we'll say the next 10, 15 minutes, y'all will have this line there. The same thing for areas in Jackson County, Woodville, Pleasant Groves, Gurley area. I'm going to actually go and say the next probably 20 minutes. I'm going to say, I don't know, this line's not moving that quick. A new special weather statement. Well, that's actually been there. Sorry about that. So yeah, we'll say 15, 20 minutes just to be safe for the Grant area. But yeah, I'm just glad we're not having severe weather like they did out around Michigan. Man, they got hit bad. Michigan did. I believe it was Michigan. They got hit by a really powerful tornado over there. That's really bad. So I do see some high winds showing up around Madison. This is where the area I've been discussing for the little Bowen line segment there, the develop around Madison. Looks like it's going to hit Madison right now. Going to move into Harvest, Meridianville, even Huntsville. I'm seeing some gusty winds out ahead of that. So maybe some 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts with that. And as far as rotation goes, I don't see anything concerning. So temperature just dropped. We're at 73 degrees right now. Winds are gusting out of the south-southwest. Looks like our highest gust is 7 miles per hour. So yeah, I've decided we'll just stay live. That way we can just go ahead and cover it as it comes in. So right now, starting to see some showers develop, move into Jackson, but nothing, the main line is not there yet. Let me look at something. I really don't know what that is, so I'll just leave it alone. That's what it does. Okay, I know I was sitting here wondering, like, what is that? So that's pretty cool. Learning some new stuff about this radar I didn't know about. Okay, let me try this, do this a little bit better. Okay, so I have never really messed around with this radar a lot, so I'm actually learning something I didn't know that it would even do. If that little thing right there would get out of the way, I could make it work. So according to radar, it's going to say next, in like the next 39 minutes for Grant. So it may be closer to the 5 o'clock too, but I don't know. These storms definitely are not moving very fast. That's for sure. We'll track this little area here, some strong activity. That's going to be moving off to the kind of the northeast. Looks like it'll be in Meridianville the next 11 minutes. Let's remove that track. We'll track it for Huntsville, which is not going to be long at all. And looks like it's saying it'll be in the Huntsville, I don't know, the next probably 5 minutes or so. 5-10 minutes. It's not really saying. And let's track it out for Jackson County, see what it's saying. Now, this is the main line, not the storms ahead of it, but the main line itself. It's wanting to say it'll be in Skyline within the next hour. And 48 minutes for Pleasant Groves area. New special weather statement just went up by the National Weather Service Huntsville. Let me go ahead and grab that. Weather Service Huntsville has issued a special weather statement out. That's going to be at 4:27 p.m. Strong thunderstorms will impact northern Marshall, Jackson, Madison, southeast Limestone, Moore, southeastern Lincoln, and Franklin counties through 5:15 p.m. At 4:26 p.m., Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Monteagle to 9 miles east of New Market to near Triana. Movement was east at 30 miles per hour. Hazards will be wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Radar indicated locations impacted will be Huntsville, Madison, Athens, Scottsboro, Winchester, Bridgeport, Moores Mill, Meridianville, Lynchburg, and Redstone Arsenal. So let me go ahead and give this out on here too. I forgot to do that. Station 58, all stations. The Weather Service Huntsville has issued out a special weather statement as of 4:27 p.m. Strong thunderstorms will impact northern Marshall, Jackson, Madison, southeastern Limestone, Moore, southeastern Lincoln, and Franklin counties through 5:15 p.m. At 4:26 p.m., Doppler radar is tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Monteagle to 9 miles east of New Market to near Triana. Movement was east at 30 miles per hour. Hazards would be 50 mile per hour wind gusts. Locations would be Huntsville, Madison, Athens, Scottsboro, Winchester, Bridgeport, Moores Mill, Meridianville, Lynchburg, and Redstone Arsenal. That's Station 58 standing by.
Station 15 copy.
Roger that. They're 15. Good to hear you on there, Wesley. And that does it is getting closer to DeKalb County. Those special weather statements will continue to come on our way as we get a little further out, if they continue the strength they are now. So I do have a little bit of shower activity developing ahead, again ahead of the main line itself, and that's moving into western portions of Jackson County. A little shower near Gurley. The heavy stuff, though, really the heaviest stuff on radar I see is what I've been watching. Is that where that little bow and line segment was? And it's not bowing out anymore. Well, maybe a little bit, not a lot. Some gusty winds along that. That's moving toward Meridianville and New Market. Huntsville, you are going to get clipped by it. Get a little bit of hail there and some gusty winds for sure. Very heavy rain as that passes on off to the northeast. And eventually, after that, you'll just have rain. Let's go ahead and take a look at the velocity. And we do indeed have some high winds. That storm near New Market has got some high winds in it. Hazel Green, Harvest, northeast of Madison. Just a big batch of high winds with that. And we'll circle out that area so y'all can check it out. Well, I already messed that up. Let's try it one more time and not mess it up. So pretty much those areas right there. Got some high winds going on. And going on up into Tennessee. So there's some high winds in those areas. I didn't mean for that to come up. Hopefully it didn't. Let's move back to reflectivity. Starting to see some thunderstorm activity. And that's along that gust front. So keep in mind, they are jumping a bit ahead of time due to that gust front. So pretty heavy storm activity east of Hazel Green, approaching New Market. And that will move into Jackson County as well. Looks like around Bice Mountain, Putman Mountain. Looks like that's going to go to the northeast. So it should be west of Princeton. But yeah, Putman Mountain there. Going to get some of that. I don't know if anybody lives in there. It doesn't show they do. Looks like maybe Larkin. Francisco, northwest portions of Jackson County, between the Tennessee-Jackson County line there, could get some storm activity out of this moving ahead of the line. So there's our cold front responsible for all this mess. I was wondering where it was at. So let's do a track again. Let's get a track back up. I'm going to track some of these out for areas that's a little bit further to the south. So let's go ahead and get a track back up. No, we won't go that far with it just yet. So it's wanting to say Cherokee Ridge area in the next 39 minutes. Again, this is estimated. This is not guaranteed to be correct. It's estimated. Cherokee Ridge area, Marshall County, the next 39 minutes. So we'll say 30 minutes. Union Grove says the next 52 minutes. Arab, the next 49 minutes. Guntersville, the next 70 minutes. Geez, that's over an hour. Albertville, next 82 minutes. That's over an hour. So, we're going to say, according to Doppler radar, we're going to say around for Guntersville, Albertville, a little bit after 5 o'clock. So this line's not moving very quick. And areas around Union Grove, 52 minutes, so another hour. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry, less than an hour. Arab, 49 minutes, Cherokee Ridge, 39 minutes. So and honestly, as slow as this is moving, I don't doubt that, to be honest. So this little activity here is kind of moving on off to the north-northeast. May get into Francisco. I'm watching it very carefully, but some heavy stuff there, approaching the Putman Mountain area in Jackson County. And that's moving off to the northeast. We'll say east-northeast. So starting to see some really bright color showing up in some of these storms. Okay, special weather statement. Let's check that out. Okay, so I didn't see this. So 4:29 p.m. Strong thunderstorms will impact Marshall, Coleman. Strong thunderstorms will impact Marshall, Coleman, Morgan, and southeastern Lawrence counties through 5:15 p.m. At 4:29 p.m., Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Priceville to West Point to near Ashbank. Movement was east at 25 miles per hour. So yeah, they're not moving quick. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Areas impacted: Decatur, Albertville, Coleman, Hartselle, Boaz, Guntersville, Arab, Redstone, Arsenal, Huntsville, and Princeton area. So if you're in Marshall County, you're pretty much if you're in Marshall County, you're pretty much you're in a special weather statement, really, no matter where you're at. Same with Jackson County. All of Jackson County in a special weather statement for some high winds, no matter where you're at. Same with Marshall County. Some 50-mile-an-hour winds possible along any of this. And DeKalb County, you're right outside of it, but yours will be coming. So that one goes for the next 39 minutes. Station 58, all stations, be advised there's a special weather statement out for Marshall County, Coleman, Morgan, and southeast Lawrence counties. That'll be through 5:15 p.m. Some gusty winds possible up to maybe 50 miles per hour. Movement is only moving at 25 miles per hour to the east, so it's not moving fast. Locations impacted will be Decatur, only moving at 25 miles per hour to the east, so it's not moving fast. Locations impacted will be Decatur, Albertville, Coleman, Hartselle, Boaz, Guntersville, Arab, Redstone, Arsenal. Albertville, Coleman, Hartselle, Boaz, Guntersville, Arab, Redstone, Arsenal, Huntsville, and Priceville areas. This station 58 standing by for reports.
Station 26, stand by.
So, Jennifer, I'm not the only one with a headache, huh? The barometric pressure is 28.83. I'm fighting a bad headache myself. Yeah, Thomas, we are. We've been active since like 12 o'clock today. That's for our group anyway. The Huntsville Weather Service has got us on standby as far as Storm Spotter goes, but we always activate ahead of time. Please support my team. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share. Absolutely. I appreciate it. I'm just reading through the comments here. So give me a minute if you've asked about something and I'm not getting back. Thomas, you live in Fife now. Okay, wow. You live in our neck of the woods then. So, wow. Nice to have you over here in DeKalb County. Storms moving into Rainsville. Y'all, we've got till probably, the way the line's moving, I didn't realize it's moving at 25 miles per hour, but we've got probably the next, probably around 5:30-ish, close to, for DeKalb County, because I didn't realize, like I said, the line was moving at 25 miles per hour, so that explains a bit. Yeah, donations are welcome. Not required, but they're definitely welcome to help us keep things going. If you do appreciate us and you would like to send a donation, there's a way to do it. Again, it's not required at all. Just if you would like to support us, there's a Cash App DeKalb CWX. Again, not required. You can like and subscribe and share, and that helps us another way. If you don't have any way of sending a donation, that's fine too. So we appreciate every bit of it. But our goal here is to keep everybody, updated ahead of time. That's the main goal. Everybody weather aware here in Northeast Alabama. That's the whole goal of it. And we do cover areas outside of Northeast Alabama at times, such as this, this right now with all this moving in. Let's go ahead and do a track a little further out. So this right here is going to be moving on off to the southeast. So it looks like I actually need to adjust that track out just a little bit. It's really far out. So it's saying this stuff getting into the Owens Crossroads area the next 15 minutes. So if you're in Owens Crossroads, be ready for that next 15 minutes. It's wanting to say Woodville the next 34 minutes, Grant the next 40 minutes, Langston the next, pretty much almost the next hour, Section 67 minutes, over an hour, Sylvania 87 minutes, well over an hour, almost 2 hours. So we've got probably around 5 and 6 o'clock now for the northeast, far northeast, like DeKalb County area. So we've still got a ways out. So we're going to say the next hour and a half to 6 o'clock for our area, considering the storms are moving a lot slower than I first thought they was. And looking like 101 minutes for Fort Payne, 109 minutes for Valley Head. So yeah, several, still an hour or so ahead for those areas. So we got a little while here. So we'll say within the next hour, hour and a half for DeKalb County. But yeah, this stuff is just now getting into Huntsville. And we tracked that how many minutes ago? I don't remember how long ago it was, but it's been quite a little while ago. I was tracking those moving toward Huntsville. They're just now getting there. So that gives you an idea how slow it's moving. It's really moving slowly. Yeah, that color right there is going to scare everybody half to death. So I'm going to change that. I had it red there, which looks like a tornado warning when you're drawing it out. But that's a little bit better, special weather statement wise. So yeah, next 32 minutes there for the Woodville area in Jackson County. It's like 20 minutes for Gurley, 38 minutes for Pleasant Groves area. Of course, that's not associated with the stuff ahead of it that may develop. Scottsboro the next hour. Hollywood a little bit past an hour. So we've still got a little ways to go with this. So it's going to be kind of boring. It's moving very slowly. But yeah, anybody else having a headache today, or is it just me? I think it's all this what do you call them trees out there? I forget what they're called. But yeah, there's a lot of pollen flying around from those trees, not helping things. All right, everybody. So it's going to be a while. So there's nothing severe at this point. I hate to keep everybody locked to this, knowing that there's nothing severe. It's going to be boring for a while. So what I'm going to do is actually end the stream, and we'll keep you updated. If anything severe pops up, we'll let you know. Make sure you go to my page, DeKalb County Severe Weather Team on Facebook if you hadn't already. Like and subscribe. Make sure you've got all that set to receive all notifications. You have to go in and manually do that, or you're not going to get notified. So make sure you do that. Stay tuned, and we will be posting updates on the page as they come in, and we will go live on YouTube and Facebook both if there's any warnings. So other than that, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. And then we're going to get out of here. I'm about to lose my voice. Sorry. But going to get out of here, and I'll be watching the weather as it moves in. So thanks so much, everybody, for watching again. And be weather aware throughout the rest of the evening and into tonight, of course, till this gets out of here. So we will keep you updated. Thanks again.